Hi friends, welcome to LesbiGreen. So March knitting. I feel like I knit a ton in March, but didn't get much done for some reason. I got a hat done, little toddler size hat, and I got further on my droplet blanket. My droplet blanket is the same as the blue one I had done a month or so ago. It is a free pattern. I love it. I'm not done yet, so I will show that once I get further. But I got another hat almost done, more of like an adult / teen size. These are ones I'm donating to the hospital. I use smaller e-needles, so I need to either switch to double points or a longer needle to magic loop because there's no way I can do any more on this one. But stash busting for the hospital is what these are. I do not know what yarn this is. It's kind of shiny. I don't know if you can see that, but it's shiny. It's got kind of a halo to it. And I think it is I don't think it's natural. I think it's some kind of, can't think of words. But anyway, it's not natural. It's a cheap yarn from a big box store, I'm guessing. So stash busting, some hats out for the hospital and call that good. And then my assistant is watching, Amber, the most amazing human in the world. She's great. Don't tell my wife I said that. That's a lie. My wife is the best. But anyway, Amber's a close second. She's a really good friend of mine. And she's my assistant manager at my full-time job. And she should be looking away. She likes miniature things and loves Christmas. So I knit a bunch of these little Christmas ornament sweaters. Aren't they cute? I just love these little guys. They were knit flat. I don't know if you can hear that. My cat's getting in trouble down here. And then just sewn together. And this guy's my favorite. I just love his little stripes. So, and the little ribbing on the bottom. Oh, the ribbing is so cute. If you can hear that, my cat is somewhere. We have an open ceiling. We are in the midst of redoing everything in the basement very slowly, but I think the cats aren't allowed in the basement unless we're down here. And I think Dave is being a little curious and getting into all kinds of stuff. I hear some clanking and banging around, but he's good. He's okay. So anyway, I made 4 sweaters. We're doing an advent calendar for each other. She is the most amazing artist ever, and I hope she does some of her little artwork for me. Shouldn't say little, amazing artwork. Since I've done a little knitting for her, we are doing, I love that some of these are just flat across the top and some of them have a little turtlenecky to them. That was something I did. So we are doing a advent calendar. So with the advent calendar, we are doing 24, sorry, I keep moving my camera, 24 gifts for each other, where it could be something we find in an antique store, something that's just funny, something that reminds us of the other person, to a month. So then we get 24 for the year. And so I was thinking with the Hobbii advent calendar last year, Hobbii calendar last year, they did an weekly advent instead of a daily advent. And one of the boxes, the first box, had yarn and the ability to knit some miniature hats and some miniature sweaters. And I knew I wasn't going to do anything with them. We don't put up a tree. We celebrate Christmas with our family, but my wife and I do Hanukkah on our own. And so I wasn't going to do anything with them, and I knew she would love them. So I knit those up for her. I believe the pattern is on the Hobbii website. I don't know if there's a cost for them at all. They're knit flat, and I adjusted the collars on the sweater so 2 of them look different from the other 2, just to give them a little difference with them, but I think they turned out adorable. So that was a fun little thing that I did this month. And then hats. These hats that I'm doing are basic, just because they've got the stripe to them. I'm going to be doing some more. I've got a little one here who's stuck. You got some yarn around you. So, I might be doing some fancier hats for the teenagers once I get a little more basic yarn to knit with them. I'm not getting any more yarn. I'm just, from my stash, getting from this whole area. A lot of this stuff here, trying to point with the camera and I don't know what I'm doing. This whole area here is my stash that I don't have plans for, but will be using them either for gifts or for, my wife knits, but she's pretty new at it, so she's learning something. She's making a garter stitch blanket right now with some yarns that I was not having any plans for. And then after that, I have some yarns. I'm coming back, I promise. So I have some yarns that I really want to use, but I want to do something special with them. One of them is this yarn that I got. It is 100% mulberry silk, and she had it for some reason. She takes pictures on her travels, and she will dye yarn to match. So this is her little sunflower dreams, it's called. And this was in her clearance bin she had. And the yellow, it's not a white, it's more of a creamy that goes with the yellow. And I just fell in love with this color and the shine and the softness. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but these are what I really wanna be knitting with. So my goal is to stash bust a little bit so I can get into some plans I really wanna get into. This one is not really it's a good brand. It's a really thick, bulky. I want to make a hat out of this. I usually gravitate towards pink yarns, but this blue, it is kind of coming up on camera as gorgeous as it is. It is such a, I don't know what to call it. It's such a dark, bright, at the same time blue, and it is so soft and comfy. I have seen a few other knitters use the Malabrigo, and super bulky, 90 yards, 150 grams, needle size 13 to 15 US or 9 to 10 millimeters, 100% merino wool. I am so soft for being a wool. I am so excited to make a hat out of this. So that's a plan. And then I also found this guy, Mobius Fibers, local yarn dyer in the area. And this is Snowy New York 1. So she's got it all handwritten out. 976 yards. 3 3/8 ounce low twist, lightly fulled singles lace weight, contains bamboo, bond cormo, merino, bombi silk, I don't know what that is, rambouillet, rose fiber, sar silk, signoil, tribal nylon, and tussa silk. But anyway, this was at a yarn festival that I was at, and I could not set it down as soon as I picked it up. It was so soft. I got 2 skeins. I think I'm gonna make a shawl with it. It's pretty delicate. I made the mistake of holding it too tight when I had it on my Swift and ball winder, and got a friend coming to visit. So when I had it on my ball winder, I was holding it a little too tight and I broke it apart in a couple spots. So I do have 3 skeins that I have skeined up from this, and it's the way she has it dyed. It is going to be kind of a gradual blend, and so I think it's gonna be super pretty. So I'm keeping my skeins separate just so I can make sure that I get the colorways the way that it was dyed to be. And I will be much more careful with this one. But that's another shawl that I really want to make for myself. Look how pretty these colors are in here. Aren't they just gorgeous? There's also, I don't know if you can see, there's some sparkle in here, but it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. Here's a good one. There's just a little bit of sparkle in here. And these yellows with the oranges, those little orange pops on the blue, it's just, I can't get over this one. And how freaking soft it is. I can't really read her handwriting very well, so I'm hoping I'll be able to wash this nicely. It'll be hand washed only, obviously. I'm going to be very, very careful with this one. So that's my plan. So hopefully I can get knitting through a bunch of this stuff and I can get to that stuff. So that's the March roundup I've got of all of my crafty things. Fingers crossed I'll get more done and have more to show next month. Today is usually my knitting day, and I am off to go move my grandma into her new apartment. So I won't be knitting as much, but I do have some meetings tomorrow that hopefully I can knit through and get some more things done. And Tillie looks like has been wanting to make herself known today, wanting to be on camera. That's pretty rare for her. She usually, I don't know how she knows, but she usually does not like when you start taking video or pictures of her. She runs away. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe so I can get some friends on here and hopefully have some people to talk to knit with. Let me know what you're working on. Bye.